well, you can't be wearing any undergarments under there. And I was just like, oh, I did not know that. And I was like, okay, can we take the photo?
Santa Claus, so I'm gonna kill Santa Claus when I hear those calls.
Kevin,
I'm gonna break the law.
Kevin.
Yes.
Stop. First of all, you can't say kill in the first 1 minute of a YouTube video because now we're in trouble. Susan's gonna come for us. Number two, that was just mean.
Connor, that's the plot of the Santa Claus.
He
Sorry,
was
Tim Allen.
a human casualty. I've never seen the movie all the way through. Welcome to Fruity Cereal.
Welcome to Fruity Cereal. I am the jingle that just never jangles.
And I'm the limp wrist that could save a life.
Connor, that wasn't Christmassy. What the hell?
No, but I am. Okay, I'm very festive today. Do you like?
And guess what? I'm festive today because this is our Christmas special.
It is indeed the episode that will come out after Christmas, but we're still, it's, the wise men haven't made it to the manger yet. We still got time.
I mean, I think Mary's water has broke. Like,
oh yeah, no, she's Mary's doing contractions right now. We're in full preparation mode. Anyway, this is really, oh Lord. Anyway, Kevin, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine now. I'm doing great. Do you like my sweater?
I only see sweater? Santa Claus. What am I looking at?
Hold on. Let me back up a little so you can see. You see?
It's very dark.
His reindeer are dinosaurs.
Oh, that's actually really cute.
Oh, but it gets better. It gets better. Watch.
Oh my God. I love it. And I hate it at the same time. What the fuck? Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay. You've actually beaten me out in terms of festive wear.
Well, this is kind of my only one. So
really?
So I guess it kind of depends, quantity over quality,
No, quality. No. None of my clothing lights up. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, but you have a dozen of them. This is my only one. And this was actually a gift that Allison gave me. Allison, for those of you who are new here, that's my sister. She's one of our 3 viewers. Hi, Allison.
One of our 3 viewers. The other one being her husband.
Yeah. And then the other one being my cousin.
Oh God.
Hi, Doug. So yeah, should I leave this on, or is it gonna be a little distracting?
I mean, your computer's already glowing in the bottom right corner anyway. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, I'm just gonna scoot up a little so you can still see it, but it's not. Okay, you know what? It's flashing, so maybe this is gonna be distracting. So I'm gonna stop.
Oh, do whatever you like.
I'm gonna stop. How was your week, Connor?
Oh my God, my week was a little bit nuts, but that's just to be expected working, anywhere the week before Christmas. But I did want to, first thing I want to do is show up my mug of the day. I don't have any Christmas mugs because any of the Christmas mugs I have, we always pack away until Christmas rolls around. And then I never remember to use them. So anyway, I got my scenes from Cinderella mug. But what I wanted to talk about was...
You should have picked up Beauty and the Beast mug.
That movie is not canon, Kevin. Okay. Oh, I should have worn my Forte pin when I went to Disney World. Well, I went to Disney Springs this last October. I got a pin of Forte, the villain from Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas. And you never see merch using characters from direct to DVD movies.
Well, so there's a reason. Well, there's a reason for that. But, I am glad that Disney is recognizing that he is kind of a fan favorite. I mean, he is the best part of that movie.
Yeah, but now I want a pin with Ariel and Melody on it. It's
I think I still have somewhere in the troves of my valuables, in the troves hidden archives of my house, the essence of my things. I think I have somewhere still have one of those McDonald's toys of Melody. There was a time when McDonald's had
that's
like
right,
toys.
the VHS boxes.
Yeah, the VHS boxes, but they had one for like a bunch of the like both like the straight to video movies and also the theatrical movies at the time.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That was...
And they like connect together, like to not in a train. They didn't form these ones didn't form a train, but they did connect to each other.
This is something that you and I, like, before we started Fruity's here, every now and then we would FaceTime and we would just talk about Happy Meal toys.
Yeah, like either Happy Meal toys
theme.
or like vintage toys from like when we were children. When we were children. I don't want to say we as in everyone, because everyone watching this is not the same age, but Connor and I are around the same age, so
Yes.
I could say that.
But it was just like, how many times have we talked about like different Happy Meal toys? Because I remember you talking about like the inflatable Ursula ring toss.
Yes.
And you still have the gold ring that it came with.
Yes. Well, yeah, because for that collection, they had like some special like gold toys, but like for the Ursula one, it wasn't Ursula herself that was gold. It was a ring that was made out of Flotsam and Jetsam.
The characters, not actual Flotsam and Jetsam.
Yeah, like it was Flotsam and Jetsam doing like an Ouroboros to each other, and it like formed a ring. Do you know what an Ouroboros is?
This is such a very niche topic. I think we need to move on.
But before we do, speaking of Forte, I gotta tell you, last night when I sent you that clip of when he was screaming,
"I'm bolted to the wall,"
I was a little medicated at the time when I saw that, and I just thought it was the funniest thing in the world.
That is the funniest line in the entire movie. Between
that and heavens, look, I bolted to the wall.
And the fact that it's Tim Curry doing it with 100% conviction it sells it. It's absolutely like, the movie is trash, but he absolutely made that movie what it was.
Well, it's not the worst of the straight to video sequels.
It's definitely not the worst, but like it's like, whenever you watch, the original movie and then immediately watch like a directed and you like immediately know, wow, the animation's really cheap.
Mm-hmm.
The
lines
are a little weird.
Well, some of them actually do have really good animation, like
Little Mermaid 2 I thought was great.
Little Mermaid 2, yeah, it's all right. 101 Dalmatians 2, that one has really good animation.
They put a lot of money into the 101 Dalmatians movie because I remember seeing ads for it constantly when it was getting released on VHS and DVD.
Yeah, I remember seeing a few too.
But I think
and I've seen that one pretty recently. That one actually is good. Like
yeah.
So in case like you're curious if any of the live action not remakes, did I say remakes? The live action remakes, though, that's the cash grab Disney's doing now. But back in the 90s and early 2000s,
unnecessary sequels.
They were doing the straight to video sequels. And as far as straight to video sequels go, 101 Dalmatians 2, it's pretty good.
Is that Patch's London Adventure?
Yeah, Patch's London Adventure. Right. Which, by the way, it is so weird that the actual book, 101 Dalmatians, has a sequel, and Disney made 2 different sequels, one for each of their adaptations of 101 Dalmatians, and neither one of those sequels is based on the sequel to the original book.
It's because then they would have to license everything again. But if I'm not mistaken, we actually talked about this when the Cruella movie was coming to Disney Plus. We were talking about like the character of Cruella DeVille. I don't think she had a name in Dodie Smith's original book. She was just Mrs. DeVille. Because I
think she was called Cruella. I think so.
I don't know. But if I'm not mistaken, I thought her husband was like the main villain. Like he was trying to kill
Well, her husband was like a famous furrier. Like her husband pretty much had the same role as that guy with the leopard crotch in the second live action movie.
Yeah. Oh God, that guy.
Yeah. But like, although one fun thing about Cruella in the book is that like she's like
canonically related to Satan or something.
It's heavily implied that she's a descendant of the actual devil, like from the Bible.
Because like I know that was like she kept like her home like at insanely hot temperatures,
and she also loves like hot peppers. And her like I think either her father or grandfather was a serial killer who was implied to be who may or may not have been the Antichrist.
That's a very heavy detail to put in a dog book. Like,
yeah, I know, but like, you know what? Once Upon a Time should have played up that angle when they like put her in that instead of being like, oh, she can control animals or whatever the fuck they did.
I mean,
with
not
her.
for nothing. That one appeals to like the lowest common denominator of people who are familiar with Cruella. Like most people do not know that the 101 Dalmatians is based on a book.
Yeah,
So,
but like it would have been a cool thing to do with her. Like it would
yeah,
have
like
been
a short little like I guess nod to the original.
like if you're gonna like have like her be in the same leagues as like Maleficent or Ursula, like you gotta and you have to give her like some crazy power, like why not give her like one where she actually lives up to her name, Devil?
I mean, I guess. Again,
Anyway,
like we took this topic and ran with it. Holy
we
shit.
did. We did. I have new segments to go over.
Yes, you do. Let's
I
continue
do.
with that.
So this is the start of my segment, and this is the last segment of the year. Oh, the last of this segment in the year. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Yes. Sounds gay. I'm
Dead.
in. Connor, god damn it. Anyway, so the first story is it's time to meet the guest judges of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 15. If you thought the Drag Race Season 15 Queen reveal was impressive, the lineup for the guest judges is just as good. So, we got Janelle Monáe, Orville Peck, Meg Stalter, Ali Wong, Amanda Stenberg, Harvey Guilin, Haley Kiyoko, Julia Garner, and Maren Morris. They are all strutting to the judges' table this season to determine which of the 16 queens of the season will walk away with $200,000. Season 15 kicks up with a two-part premiere on January 6th with guest judge Ariana Grande on MTV.
You actually, I believe, mentioned this last week.
Well, I mentioned when it was going to premiere, and I mentioned
Ariana
Grande.
Ariana
Grande. Anyway, Connor, what do you think about that lineup of judges? This is a very fun lineup. Like,
I mean,
yes.
It's a lineup indeed.
I wonder if Orville Peck is going to wear that weird frilled mask that he always wears. Or they.
I feel like if there's any place that they're going to wear it, it's probably on RuPaul's Drag Race.
But Meg Stalter, oh my god, she is so fucking. In case you don't know who Meg Stalter is, she's on the show Hacks, but you probably know her for the Hi Gay at the
my god.
Happy Pride Month at the Butter Shop. We got all deals if you can prove your homosexuality to us.
Can we talk about that's? I had no idea who she was until you brought exactly that up.
Yeah, and she's going to be a guest judge this season of Drag Race.
What the fuck? You want to talk D-list celebrity, but like, okay, I'm there for that.
She an A-list. She is an A-lister in my heart.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, and Amanda Stenberg, who many of you probably know as Rue from the Hunger Games.
Oh.
Okay. Harvey Guilin, who many of you know as Guillermo in What We Do in the Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
And Haley Kiyoko, who was the original lesbian Velma.
The original lesbian Velma?
Yes. And Julia Garner, that's who plays that's Ruth in the in Ozark, right? Hold on. I just want to double check and make sure I know who I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about here. Boy. Yeah, and then she played Anna Delvey in Inventing Anna.
I just want to show off my sweater because I think it's really cute.
Oh, I thought you were about to show off your crotch, and I was like, "Wow,
no,
Connor,
you can follow that. That's on my OnlyFans."
Yeah, Connor, that's for save that for your OnlyFans, and then. Oh yeah, and also Janelle Monáe, she's also fabulous. Can't wait to see her. Ali Wong, she's funny. Now Maren Morris, I think it's so funny how Maren Morris became like a queer icon overnight.
Who is this?
She is the country singer who called out another country singer for making transphobic comments.
Oh, okay. Now
And
I know
then
who you're
Fox
talking about.
News like called her like a loony like liberal country star, and then she started selling shirts that say loony liberal country singer.
Mm-hmm.
And like
I remember
donated the
that.
proceeds to a trans advocacy charity.
That was nice. I
Yeah.
do remember that. That was a very sweet thing.
Yeah, and now she's a guest judge on Drag Race. She's just it's almost like she just accidentally became a gay icon. It's like
Well,
just by saying one time, just being like, "Hey, leave those trans people alone," and like suddenly she's on Drag Race. It's like,
I mean,
okay.
there's a conversation to be had here about like how low the bar is for like what it takes to be, a gay icon. And it turns out just don't be a piece of shit.
Yeah, truly.
That's really all we ask of you.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing. And you know what? How they every season and all of these judges, they're all going to go backstage to talk to the queens during Untucked, because that's what they do every episode. They've been doing that for every episode, just sending them backstage to talk to the queens, to give them a little motivation, and then like the PA will be like, "We got to take you back," and they're like, "Oh, okay, bye."
Oh.
They always have the PA taking them back and be like, and I think they do that every season because they need to because they have to create content for Untucked, and the queens aren't going to be fighting every episode, so
Yeah.
like you can't force that. You can't force them to fight. I mean, they can
Yeah.
tell them hey, the producers will tell them hey, ask so and so about this, and they're like, no, I'm doing my makeup.
Oh yeah.
It's like, ask Vivacious what it was like in Jamaica. It's like, Vivacious, what was it like in Jamaica? Oh, mama, it was terrible. They drowned me in the ocean. I'm sorry. I'm going off about.
That was
It's
something that
funnier.
I always thought about when I did watch RuPaul's Drag Race, like 100 years ago. I'd see them in the workroom, like getting their looks together, and I'm just like, who the hell has time to socialize? I'm like, I'm working on my face here. Like, I need to be fully focused, and they want me to be like, creating content and sociable. It's like, I got shit to do. Like,
Yeah, but that's actually what they feel like. But it's the producers telling them to ask the other queens
yeah, of course.
questions so that they can have content. But anyway, can't wait to see this new season of Drag Race on January 6th. I'm sorry, I made that joke already.
Yeah, several times.
Okay, so this is also so this next story is also relevant to Drag Race. Bianca Del Rio is the new host of The Pit Stop. Season 15 of Drag Race has marveled us with a stunning cast of queens, some seriously iconic guest judges like Ariana Grande, Janelle Monáe, T.S. Madison, now becoming a series regular, and The Pit Stop, the official Drag Race after show, leveling up by naming Bianca Del Rio as the new host. Will it be more chaotic than when Trixie Mattel hosted? Will Peppermint swing by to talk about fashion? Only time will tell. But we hope the season 15 queens have their library cards, because the Queen of Mean is going to read them to filth. It all kicks off again on January 6th on MTV.
Okay, fair. Yay. I really don't know.
By the way, I painted my nails, y'all. I'm like Connor now. I paint my nails.
You are not even close to my level, okay?
No, I'm not. But but I still feel cute in them. I still feel so cute.
This took me 2 hours because I was at that point where I was like, I'm not really feeling it anymore. But I already completed one hand, so I'm like, oh,
Hawaii gate go men.
No thanks.
That means I'm
next
sorry
story, please.
Okay, so this is actually the last story for today. So Scotland finally passes the gender recognition reform bill. So the Scottish Parliament has passed the gender recognition reform bill in a significant step towards the trans rights in the country. MSPs voted by 68 votes to 39 in favor of allowing transgender people to self-identify, meaning trans people will no longer need to be medically diagnosed with gender dysphoria before obtaining a gender recognition certificate. The bill also means that trans people no longer need to prove that they've lived in their gender identity for 2 years before gaining recognition, while also dropping the minimum age of applying for the certificate from 18 to 16. Applicants are now required to make a statutory declaration that they have lived in their gender for just 3 months, 6 months for all 16 and 17-year-olds, and that they intend to permanently live in their gender.
I mean, like a bunch of stuff comes into my mind, like that. All right, I mean, it's a fantastic step forward. That's great though.
All right, I to Scotland.
Sure, if you say so. All right, thank you, Scotland.
And I can say that because I am Scottish. I can make that
very obvious, Kevin.
Oh, is it because of my complexion?
Yes, and the beard.
How do you know I'm not just Irish?
You're Scottish as well.
I am. It's true. It's true. I'm all sides of hating England. I'm like,
did I ever tell you about the time
I am genetically disposed to despise England?
I fair enough. I didn't mean to like go so hard into this story, but did I ever tell you the time I got sexually harassed by Merida at Disney World?
You did, but I don't think you told the audience this.
And yes, I didn't say this on the podcast. Okay.
I don't believe you did.
This was like a very weird day. Okay, so I was spending I was working down in Florida at the time, and I spent my day off at Magic Kingdom at Disney World, and I was at that point where like I even go to Disney like pretty much every day on my day off because I had nothing else to do. So I went to the Magic Kingdom.
Ride that Dumbo, bitch.
I did not like Dumbo. That was very overrated. That's another story. Anyway, at this time, I was experimenting with like, clothing and like, identity and like, the way I present myself out in the real world. And my friend actually convinced me to buy a kilt, like an actual like functioning kilt. And I wore it to the parks this day. It was a nice plain black. I still have it upstairs. I just never wear it anymore on Long Island because I don't want to get my ass kicked. But I went to the parks and I went to meet Merida because she's one of my favorite characters to meet there. She is such a fun time. So I get in line. I hand my little card to the photo pass person who's taking the photos. And she notices that the kilt. And she's like, oh my God, you're wearing a kilt just like my dad. And I was like, yeah, cool. Do you like it? And she goes, yeah, it's beautiful. But are you wearing it like a true Scotsman? And I just instantly froze because I was like, I think I know what you're asking me, but I'm not positive. And I don't want to infer anything because I don't want to get either of us in trouble. And I just go, well, what do you mean? And she goes, well, you can't be wearing any undergarments under there. And I was just like, oh, I did not know that. And I was like, okay, can we take the photo? And I could see the girl who was holding the camera at PhotoPass, like she's got like the wide eyes being like, uh-oh. So we took the photo. I went on my way, and I just remember I left the meet and greet and I immediately pulled up my phone out and I was texting my roommate. I was like, you're not gonna believe what just happened with Merida.
Merida wanted to fuck. No, not fuck.
The joke isn't funny if you have to scream it, Kevin.
Well, maybe she just wanted some of.
I think she wanted to quit. I think she was like, I want somebody to take me off stage. I want somebody to
take me out.
Yeah, just be like, oh, your shift is done, honey. Goodbye.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that was a memorable day at the theme park.
Do you think she still works there? Because this was years ago,
most likely not, because they're very strict with the princesses. You age out really quickly.
Yeah, they age out real quickly.
You only spend maybe 3 years at most as a princess, unless you've got one of those like perpetual baby faces.
Yeah. If any of y'all used to play Disney princes, if any of y'all listening, if by any chance you're listening to this and you used to play a Disney prince at the parks, Hit me up.
They're not fun, Kevin. You know, there's like the joke of like, you know, the men in entertainment at Disney are all dating like 9 people at the same time. The entertainment people are all fucking each other.
Well, let me be number 10, bitch.
Get into entertainment, Kevin. You have to look like a Disney character and get selected to play a prince. It's really ugh. And then there's like the elitism of like, you know, oh, well, he plays Gaston, but I play the Beast, or like, you know, what the fuck? Like, you know, there's like a hierarchy of like who's more popular based on the characters they play.
I don't care, Connor. I don't care. You know what? I don't care. Honestly, like, I don't care.
Did I tell you about the time I did adult stuff with Flynn Rider?
No, you did.
Well, I can't tell that story on the podcast because we will get demonetized and also flagged and taken down.
Okay, but lucky, damn.
No, oh my god, Kevin.
I want to ride on Flynn.
He was so boring, Kevin. Oh my god.
Well, I would make him exciting.
No.
I'd find a way.
No.
What the hell was that?
An orb.
Did a fucking ghost just pass by me?
I mean, it is Christmas. It is the time for ghosts. What does that mean?
Holy shit, a fucking ghost just showed up on our... Oh my god, there it was again! What the fuck?
Kevin, you're not the first person to experience ghosts at Christmas, okay? Oh,
you guys, I'm recording a podcast. Can you wait?
Please, Kevin. Maybe your room is just dusty. Ever consider that, you dirty bitch?
That's probably true. It's been a while since I've dusted my ceiling fan.
Anyway, did you see this new Christmas Carol movie that's on Netflix with Luke Evans playing Scrooge?
Yeah, I have, because I do follow Luke Evans. Because you convinced me that he's hot as hell, and you know what? It's like, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
I've been in denial for too long. Yes, Luke Evans is hot. I want to smash.
He's fine. But the whole reason I'm like focused on this one is because this is like, people are talking about like, why did this movie have to go so hard with the music? And this movie admittedly goes really hard. Like there's one song where like Scrooge is like, you know, viewing the, oh God, it's like his ex-fiance Belle is breaking up with him, and it's like too late to say goodbye, or don't let this be the day that she says goodbye.
Wait a damn minute.
What?
His ex-fiance in this movie is named Belle?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe she's Belle in all adaptations. I'm reasonably certain.
So this man played Gaston in the live action.
Oh my god, Kevin,
Beauty
please, I am trying to get through a story.
Okay, fine.
Well, it's over now. I mean, I made my point. This movie has really good music. End of story.
Okay, well, maybe I'll check it out. I don't know, there's just so many Christmas Carol adaptations, and frankly, none of them beat the Muppets version.
Absolutely, but that was, like, I think the reason, you know, the circle of TikTok that I'm a part of is people are so surprised, because when was the last time we got a decent Christmas Carol movie? It was probably 1997, or whenever the Muppets Christmas Carol came out.
Mm-hmm. What about the Barbie Christmas Carol?
The Barbie Christmas Carol! Okay, shout out to my old roommate, Mandy, who convinced me that the Barbie version of A Christmas Carol was the best version out there. I bought it for her on DVD as a Christmas present, and I was like, here's how we're gonna spend Christmas. We're both off. We're gonna watch a Barbie Christmas Carol together. And this movie is so mediocre, as you would kind of expect, but it left an impact on me because this movie is just, I don't know. I don't know. It's just, I have good memories of like good people with watching this movie. But the thing that really sticks with me is like the catchphrase that like Barbie's character, or like,
in a selfish world, only the selfish succeed.
As my Aunt Martha used to tell me, or whatever the fuck her name was.
So basically, this is Scrooge, but Scrooge is a conventionally attractive young woman.
White woman, don't forget that.
Well, Scrooge is white in the original version too, so.
Yeah, I know. Ooh. Has there ever been a black Scrooge?
Probably. There's like a million.
I would love to see an adaptation.
There's like a million Christmas Carol adaptations. Odds are one of them he's black.
Yeah, I know, but like, is there one where like the story revolves around race somehow? Maybe. I'm not the one to make this movie. I just want to see it get made.
I don't know.
That's another story. Never mind. Anyway, Kevin, I have two things that I want to bring up for you today. Before I begin the hyperfixation of the week, I want to ask you something. Kevin, do you use the app Grindr by any chance?
I actually just recently re-downloaded it, but I haven't been using it though.
Okay, I mean, fair enough. Okay, so you know how Spotify every year does the Spotify Wrapped, where they give you like
and I don't take part in it because honestly, I don't like Spotify. I don't like how they keep playing songs that have nothing to do with what you asked that you could listen to unless you pay them money, which I'm like, I shouldn't have to pay for that. Fuck you.
Fuck this.
Like, okay, I can understand like not being able to listen to any specific song whenever I want, but if I'm picking a playlist, you better play the songs that are in that playlist.
Okay, you froze, so I'm going to continue. So Grindr is now doing this, I guess, competing thing. You're frozen in the funniest face I could possibly pick for you right now. I hope this shows up in the final version of the podcast, because this is a trait and a half right now. Also, I'm concerned that you're going to crash any second now. I'm just going to continue talking, and if you come back, fantastic. Okay, so Grindr did like their answer to Spotify's Wrapped. This is called the Grindr Unwrapped, and it's just as gross as you would think it sounds. So it says, we analyzed anonymous user data from 2022. Tap below to see the results. And they've got like oh shit, Kevin is gone. Okay, that was something I didn't expect. Now I'm alone. I'm on my own with nobody here beside me. And I'm talking to myself now. Oh, so how y'all doing? How's your Christmas? Doing good? Did you bake any cookies? Wow, I really don't know how to do entertainment on my own. I'm floundering. Anyway, we're gonna continue with the story. So Grindr is talking about they're taking user data and like I guess doing like the highest percentage of like, you know, answers given by users on the app. But like the categories are exactly what you would expect from Grindr. And it's so funny. Okay, so the first category here is the highest percentage of tops. And this is, I just thought it was so funny. Okay, so the highest percentage of people who use the identifying factor of I am a top. Number one on the app was Bolivia. So if you're in the market looking for, you know, a nice top to join you for Christmas, Bolivia is the place to go. Second highest percentage of tops in the world are in the United States of America, which, I mean, that sounds accurate from how often I use Grindr. The next category is the highest percentage of bottoms. Same thing, just different part of the spectrum. Highest percentage of bottoms in the world are in Denmark, which Denmark, it's smaller than Ohio. Like, I mean, this is like a tiny ass place. And the fact that that has the highest percentage of bottoms, I guess it makes sense with like, you know, the number of people in the country. But I just found it so funny being like, if you want like a higher ratio of bottoms to tops, you're going to Denmark. Second on that list is Japan, which again, very surprising, but okay, anyway. And the highest number of verse people who use the verse category, Russia, which there was something so funny about the current political climate that we're in with, you know, Russia being engaged in like, you know, an illegal war invading, you know, the Ukraine. And yet they're the highest number of verse men on the planet. That's funny. That's funny. I'm sorry. But then we've got the highest percentage of sides from people who don't like, you know, backdoor play. China has, you know, done away with like, you know, the whole binary. They're finding other ways to keep themselves entertained, which, oh god, again, very funny that China is, you know, one of the highest spots on there. But then we got more categories digging into. This year we've got the number of tags that are most popularly used on Grindr. Like, you know, you write tags and you're like, I'm looking for a boyfriend. I'm looking for a one night stand. I'm looking for blah, 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 blah. The number one tag we're looking for on Grindr is FWB, which stands for Friends with Benefits, which is completely not surprising. This is Grindr, after all. We are not here looking for, you know, Mr. Right. But then the number two most popular tag on Grindr is Anon, which, ew, but that's another story. Never mind. Now we're going into the most searched profile tags, the ones that people are looking for the most often. Number one is hung. That, again, it's Grindr. This is not, oh God. But yeah, the second one is trans, which that one felt a little icky, but that's not for me to say. Oh my gosh. And then the third most search profile tag on Grindr is feet. There's no rules here. There's no gods, no kings. That's just absolute chaos out in this wild west of what we know as Grindr. But that was the part that I had to share it with Kevin at some point. This was so funny. When he comes back, I'll probably give him a brief little rundown. But then there was another thing that I had to bring this up to Kevin, and I kind of went to wait till he's back to get his opinion. But one of our favorite people on the podcast, Mr. Ben Shapiro, you know him, you know, Mr. Not Problematic at All, Not Terrible Person. He tweeted something recently that I thought was so fruity and so funny. I screenshotted it. It says, it's accompanied by a bunch of photos of like conventionally attractive Disney characters like Hercules, Tarzan, Aladdin, all that jazz. And the tweet goes as follows. There's a hard truth I discovered as a teen, but the woke left will never admit. Disney has forced gay thoughts into the minds of young men for decades. They shove visions of bare-chested hunks down your throat to inspire homoerotic fantasy and tease forbidden sexual awakenings. This is Disney's gay agenda stripped bare, and I just thought that was so funny for him to not only be aware of the fact that he had gay thoughts looking at these characters, but the fact that he has a like list of like the ones that he found attractive. Granted, they're all mostly white guys. Aladdin barely makes the cut, but I was just like, wow, Ben, please keep it under wraps. We don't need to hear more from you. Oh my goodness. But that was something I have to share that with Kevin. I don't know if he's seen it yet, but I absolutely have to do this. The other thing, I know I wanted to bring this story up, but Kevin interrupted me, as is the way. But I'm recording the episode of Fruity Cereal after I have gotten off of work earlier today. I was working in the pharmacy, and we did like a little Secret Santa gift exchange. And the person I got as my Secret Santa also got me as hers. So we do our little gift exchange. This girl drinks like, I don't know, an insane amount of Coca-Cola. And I thought like, oh, wouldn't that be, there's Kevin. I've been rambling to myself like a crazy person for 10 minutes.
Have you? Oh my God. I'm sorry. I thought that Nick would have just like restarted the podcast.
No, he told me to keep going. He threatened to kill my dog if I stopped. Kevin, he's a monster.
Connor, don't you hate that dog anyway?
No, I don't hate Lucy. She's a bitch, but I don't hate her. Before you joined, I was actually in the middle of telling the story of what happened at my Secret Santa gift exchange at work today. So the girl that I got as my Secret Santa, she drinks an insane amount of Coca-Cola. Like, I mean, every day she comes to work, she's got like a giant, like thermos full of Coke. And I incorporated that into my Secret Santa gift for her. I come to work and I bring her 2 unwrapped bottles of 2 liters of Coca-Cola, being like, here you go. I thought of you and I got you something I know you're going to use. And she's like, oh my God, Connor, that's so funny. Thank you so much. And she actually opened one up and started drinking it at work. But then, Kevin, I feel really embarrassed. She also got me as her Secret Santa, and she presents me this like intricately wrapped box that she did herself. There is not a single piece of tape on this box. So it took like a real heavy-handed artistry to wrap this box. She did a handmade bow and everything. I'm in trouble.
Wait, how is there no tape on the box? How did she wrap it?
It was like folded in a way that like the paper was like folded in over itself, and then the bow on top like kept it all in together. So it didn't like just unravel.
Uh-huh.
But I opened this box up and there is a card holder, like for your like ID and your credit cards and stuff like that, and it's a Coach branded like card holder. Instantly, I feel like such a schmuck because this is like a luxury brand item, and I just gave her 2 bottles of Coke that I got on sale at work.
Wait, what does this have to do with Spotify Wrapped?
Well, you died before that, actually.
I did die, yes, that's correct.
Kevin, if you want to hear the full story, you're going to have to watch this episode of Fruity Cereal when it
Damn,
airs
I guess
on Monday at 9 a.m.
Damn, I guess I am. You're right.
You're gonna have
But
to
yeah,
tune
Connor,
into the
don't
live.
feel guilty. Okay, honestly, she's a sucker for spending that much money for a workplace Secret Santa. Like, we had, like, when I worked at undisclosed movie theater, we had like a rule of like a $20 like max limit. Like that's the most that you can spend is $20.
I would have loved a $1 limit because now I feel like an absolute schmuck and I need to get her something else.
No, you do not. Okay.
Isn't this
the same girl who like called you old and
No. That girl I wouldn't have given the time of day, let alone a bottle of Coke. But no, this is another girl. Very sweet. I love her to death. I love working with her.
Okay. Different
so
girl.
The fact that she actually spent money on me, and a lot too. This is like I'm gonna Google how much she spent later on today, but that's another story.
You know, maybe it's not actually as expensive as you think it is. You know,
it might not be, but it's definitely more than like two $50 bottles of Coke. So
yeah, that's not really. You just got her 2 bottles. That's it.
They were on sale. 2 2-liter bottles, not like the like little.
Oh,
ones.
okay. I mean, I guess that's a lot, but still, like that's kind of a weird Secret Santa gift.
She drinks so much, Kevin. I mean, if you saw how much, she's got a thermos the size of my bicep that she finishes before like halfway through our shift. It's a little nuts.
Okay, I mean, I guess.
She's still like this skinny little mini. It's insulting, really.
I can't believe you could just. I can't believe our pod daddy just made you like go on without me.
Keep telling the story is what he said.
Just go on without me.
Right. Kevin, now that you're back, I think now's the perfect time for me to incorporate my hyperfixation of the week.
Okay, great.
Right?
Great grapes.
Okay, so Kevin, we've talked about her countless times on the podcast. I need to once again bring up Miss J.K. Rowling. I'm sorry to ruin your Christmas.
Joanne K. Just kidding. Rowling. What does the K even stand for?
Kanazi. Sorry. That was really off the cuff.
Kanye Nazi? I mean,
Kanye.
that's what he's.
That's what entirely not out of the field.
I mean, that's what his brand is now.
Yeah, but that's anyway. Kevin, I found something. I didn't find this. I rediscovered it, but I just found this so outlandish and crazy. I need to ask you: have you ever heard of this? A group of people known as the Snape Wives.
No, what is that?
Oh God, I can't wait to introduce you to this. Okay,
I'm scared.
You should be. Okay, Kevin. So the Snape Wives, also known as Snapists, which I wouldn't use that word, are a group of women in the Harry Potter fandom who believe that they channel Severus Snape, allow his spirit to inhabit their bodies and speak to him, are engaged in romantic relationships with him, and see him as a vital spiritual guide for their daily lives. They practice Snapism, a new religious movement centered on Snape. They believe Severus Snape is not simply a character in the Harry Potter books, but an omniscient and immortal deity, and in fact believe that the books were written because J.K. Rowling was channeling Snape. Snape Wives were most active in 2006, with their communities primarily on LiveJournal. They have since deleted all of their web pages and forums due to mockery from outside their community. After this, the community has apparently faded. Some of the content was copied and discussed on Fandom Wank.
Isn't this the dude who like couldn't even get one girl?
This is one dude who believed he was entitled to the time of one girl and never got over it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And couldn't pull anyone else.
But the too long didn't read is there was an actual religion centering on Severus Snape, who was portrayed as an eternal and divine being similar to the Christian God.
Even though he's just a fictional incel.
Yes. And like, this is okay. So these are real people who believe with their entire body that Snape is an actual deity who possessed J.K. Rowling, inspired her to put his story down in the Harry Potter books, and
depict him as an incel who bullies children.
And in the same sense that, like, you know, people who read the Bible and believe it that's to be the word of God, and it's like, you know, scattered with human flaws because humans are right in the, they believe that J.K. Rowling is, you know, portraying him negatively because that's her human flaw, is unable to be accurately portray him as the apparently amazing deity that he is. I mean, actually,
these people are just messing with us. They just want attention.
Here's the thing.
No, I don't believe it. I don't believe these people are serious. I think that this is.
Well, here's the thing. I got another thing
attention.
Here. Zoe Alderton in the journal Religions wrote seriously about Snapism, citing Romano's references in the Daily Dot article to Saints Hildegard and Teresa and to spiritualist practitioner and historian Emma Hardinge Britton. She contextualized the wives' experience in terms of a fiction-based faith, explaining that it is neither unique nor insane. She also points out that most of the finger-pointing and howling mockery go to making other fans feel better about themselves. They are in a subculture often deemed insane by the dominant culture, but at least they're not, quote-unquote, going too far. And they don't give any context as to what going too far is. I'm willing to bet it's like, you know, starting, you know, massive crusades of trying to, you know, proselytize your religion to people who have no interest in it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just from having been in church my whole life. Yeah, but Kevin, this was a real thing, and it absolutely drove me insane to read all of these things out loud.
It's driving me insane just to hear you talk about it. Like, what the flip-flop, fluidity.
Oh, and then, but then, Kevin, they also practice astral projection, which I believe we talked about. It's what's that word? Where you go into another fandom, like don't phase into the Clifford universe. Emily shifting. Yes. These people believe that they are able to shift into the plane of existence where Snape resides and have physical relationships with them.
Why Snape though? Why is Kevin, that the character they worship?
Here's the thing. I could get my friend Lauren on the show and she could give you a dissertation on why she wants to fuck Snape. I don't get it, but she believes it with her whole body.
Okay, but like he's like,
first of all, like, I mean,
like, why not Voldemort or Dumbledore or Harry himself?
First of all, Harry's a child, so...
Well, not by the end of the series, he's not.
Okay, first of all, Kevin, let's not open that can of worms. Second of all, like, I do not get it. I'm just here to report the facts.
Okay.
It's, oh, Lord.
Snapism.
Yeah. And the people who partake in this thing are known as the Snape Wives. All one word, Snape Wives.
Oh my God. Well, to be fair, Scientology is all based on sci-fi novels written by L. Ron Hubbard, so I guess this isn't too crazy.
Here's the thing: the amount of religions that pop up and are like, you know, they get a tax status as a legitimate religion.
Ah, that's it.
A tax status?
Figured it out.
What?
You just wanted free taxes. Well, figured you out, didn't I?
Okay, it's like that episode of Bob's Burgers where they try to convince the government that the aquarium they go to is actually a religion. It's a church.
Was that a Bob's Burgers episode?
Yes. Tina's favorite after-school hangout is the aquarium, and she discovers that it's going to be shut down because they can't afford their taxes. And Louise says, why don't you just, like, you know, try to like submit to the IRS that you're a church and you'll not have to pay your taxes. And then they get audited and they're like, shit, now we have to convince people that this is a church. And they succeed. They get the auditor to be like, I want to join aquaticism.
I mean,
it was a really good episode. I like that one.
Which season was it? I don't remember.
Oh God, I don't know.
Well, you know what? I'll look it up. I'll look it up later.
Yeah, I do not know. But Yeah, Kevin, if you were going to create a religion based on a piece of fiction, where would you? I don't. It's going to be Jurassic Park, isn't it?
I don't know, maybe.
Most likely.
I was gonna say, I don't know. What? Why don't you go first?
Oh, I didn't think you would flip the script on me. Okay, if I were going to create a religion based on a fictional piece of fiction, wow, a religion? This is heavy stuff. Okay, damn, I would probably go with the Golden Girls, I guess.
Golden Girlism?
Yeah, you've got you've got like, the 4 points of personality being Dorothy, Sophia, Rose, and Blanche, and they each have different lessons to teach us in the ways to live your life in a happy and harm-free way.
Okay, that makes sense.
Along with minor deities taking place in the forms of Stan and Dick Van Dyke. And
I don't know. This is a question I'm gonna have to think about.
I know, right?
Because probably I would probably base my religion around Shrek 2.
Oh, Kevin.
The
Why?
prophet Shrek and the Messiah Puss in Boots.
What?
The Messiah Puss in Boots.
I don't. Okay, sure.
The holy. Well, actually, no. She's definitely not a virgin by now. I was gonna say the Holy Virgin Fiona, but I'm like, no, they definitely fucked by now.
It's canon. They had kids, Kevin.
Yeah, but we don't know if it was a virgin birth.
Kevin, please stop talking.
Shrek was pretty surprised when he found out he was a dad. Oh shit,
Kevin,
I have a loose string here.
Congratulations. Anyway, that was my hyperfixation of the week.
No, there's probably a better one that I could think of. Maybe I don't know. Kung Fu Panda teaches a lot of good philosophy.
Kevin, we're done. I'm not continuing this with you.
Should I just go with, if I go with Percy Jackson, is that cheating? Because technically, that is based on actual deities that people actually once worshipped.
And still do to this day.
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine who occasionally gives offerings to Poseidon, and she's like, I get more answers from him than I ever did from Jesus. And I was like, oh shit. Okay, that's another story.
Yeah. That would be cheating. Which Disney, when are we getting that series?
I believe it's still in pre-production, right?
Stop fiddling around with freaking Peter and Wendy or whatever you're working on now, and give us that Percy Jackson series.
Oh Lord. Anyway, moving on. I want to address the elephant in the room. Kevin, we didn't do our end of the year bake-off.
No, because you have COVID.
Yeah, it would be unwise for me to start fucking around in the kitchen when I'm, still technically contagious. So
yeah,
but not contagious enough to go to work.
Yeah, which I'm
where I work in a pharmacy and touch people's drugs all day.
Why is your job making you do that?
Because it's not a great job, and they do not give a shit anymore.
Oh boy, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just here to take their money. I don't fucking care. But yeah, at some point, I did want to do a bake-off, but it'll happen sometime in the future.
Maybe we'll do one. Maybe we'll do a Valentine's bake-off.
That'll be, I guess. It could be the same time as your birthday.
Yeah. Oh my god, I know what kind of cake I want for my birthday.
Here's the thing. For the challenge, you just bake yourself a birthday cake, and I'll do a Valentine's Day theme thing.
Okay. Fair.
Oh, boy. Fair. Anyway, moving forward, we are about to hit the hour mark. I think a nice way to wrap up is just what are you planning to do for Christmas? I know this episode does air after Christmas, but tell us.
Cause it's the end of this time. Cause I'm a December baby. Jesus is a December baby. That's a song by Teen Scientist. The song I sang earlier I gotta give credit where credit is due. The song I sang earlier this episode was by Danny Gonzalez. Y'all check out his song, I'm Gonna Kill Santa Claus, or I Want to Be Santa Claus. I don't remember what the song is actually called. But it's about him killing Santa Claus to become Santa Claus because that's the rules of the Santa Claus, the movie, the universe. Anyway, so so my family, we're gonna have a little just small gathering today. We're gonna open presents early because we are actually leaving on Christmas Day to Florida.
Okay.
Where we're gonna spend time in our vacation home.
What did you get your family for Christmas?
I got my family a few things. I got my sister. Wait, do I have to say specifically what it is? I can't say that. Well, this episode's
This
gonna come
episode
out.
airs after Christmas. They'll have had them already.
They'll have had them already. Okay, so I guess I can say it. All right. So I'm getting Allison an ornament. I got James some equipment. I got my mom some crossword puzzles. And I got my dad some slippers.
That's cute. I like that. For my parents, I got my mother and I went together. We got my father a gaming chair, like the one I'm using. He's got a really bad back, so we thought this would be like a nice way for him to like alleviate some pressure when he's on the computer.
Okay.
And then for my mother, like I know that I don't have anything for her to unwrap at the moment. I was thinking what I got her is I'm buying like a whole like art set like setup. My mom did like she went to the library and they were doing like a community class on how to do acrylic painting, and she really fell in love with it. So I bought like a whole bunch of like art supplies, and I told her, you and I are going to learn how to do this stuff together. We're just going to like watch a bunch of Bob Ross tutorials and like bond on like Saturday nights for like the next couple of months. But I thought it'd be fun, like at the end of like June or something, we both could have like stuff that we made that would look actually like somewhat decent. So plus it's more opportunities for me to spend time with my mom. So
okay.
Something
all
like
right,
that.
That's kind of nice.
I do still need to get stuff to put in their stockings, though, because this is the first year that my parents actually have stockings, and it's not just me in the house doing that. But yeah, I thought it was a nice way to level the playing field. They deserve. Okay. My parents do a lot for me. I was like, you guys need a stocking too.
Okay. I actually got you something, but guess what? It's probably not gonna arrive until after Christmas, even though I ordered it like well over a week ago. Like I ordered it like 2 weeks ago.
We've become so spoiled in the age of Amazon 2-day Prime delivery, so now we expect everything here within 2 days.
Yeah, I know. So, well, here's the thing: it just shipped like totally today. Cool. It just totally shipped today, even though I ordered it like almost 2 weeks ago.
It's totally fine. Thank you.
Well, it's not fine with me. Okay, that's not acceptable. I don't
Kevin,
care
people if it's the people in the warehouse have jobs to do, and they're very swamped with Christmas. Be nice to them.
Okay, but the fact that it didn't even ship yet is like, what the
like
the fact that it just shipped. I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound like a freaking Karen, but like that's BS. It's not like I ordered this last minute. I ordered it 2 weeks ago.
I mean, fair enough. I ordered something. I pre-ordered something. It was a collector's pack of the movie Carrie. It came with like a Blu-ray, a pin collection, a poster, which I hung up on my wall, and it released on the 13th. And I only just got it yesterday. And I remember thinking like, wow, I didn't realize like the holiday stuff like starts like beginning of December, and people are backed up like already. Even though I pre-ordered it, it still gets caught up in like the chaos of like Christmas fulfillment. And I was like, oh, I got to give these people some credit.
Connor, you know what I just noticed?
What?
The like cuffs and like on our sweaters are like the same, but they're like the respective Christmas colors. You have green ones, and although it looks blue in this lighting, but I'm sure it's green. It's green, right?
It is green.
Okay, yeah, green, and mine is red. Wow, it's almost like we match.
It's like we planned it, even though we totally didn't.
We didn't. Oh my gosh, it's a Christmas miracle.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, Kevin. That being said, I think we should say goodbye.
We should say goodbye.
We should say goodbye. Thank you for listening to me rant for about 20 minutes while Kevin got his internet back together.
No, it wasn't my internet. It was my computer. My computer just shut down like randomly.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. I think I was unplugged properly or something. I don't know.
Fantastic. I want to say thank you, everybody, for listening to Fruity Cereal in 2022.
Yes, thank
This
you
was
to
an absolute
everybody.
delight. Our next episode is going to be airing on, our next episode, the one you are watching, is airing on December 26th. Our next episode after that is going to be the second day of 2023. So, wow. I wonder how much we will change in the span of a week.
Wait, is it?
Yeah, our next episode to go live after this one is January 2nd, 2022. 2023. Jesus Christ. I hate New Year's.
Okay. All right. Right.
Anyway,
so?
Thank you again. If you would like to follow any of our social medias, you can do so. Literally just type in @Fruity Cereal on all social medias. Fruity like the fruit, cereal like the number. You can follow me, Connor, on my social medias on Twitter @ConnorF from LI, on Instagram @ConnorKFitz, and TikTok @ConnorKFitz92.
And you can follow me pretty much everywhere at It's Kevin O'Lear. That's ITSKEVINOLEAR on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Letterboxd, Twitch, all of them sites.
Fantastic. Once again, thank you all for a fantastic year. Can't wait to see what we get up to next year.
Yep, we cannot.
I will see you next year.
We will see you. Happy holidays, everyone.
Bye.